Welcome to Wednesday Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet. It's brought to you by DraftKings, and we're in Detroit. Another nice night for Cubs baseball tonight. The Cubs look for a split in this two-game set as they take on the Detroit Tigers. Great to have you with us, Jim DeShays and Len Casper. We're ready to unpack our bags back home after a 9-day trip. Cubs are 4-4 at this point, but a 6-0 loss last night. Miguel Cabrera, just Miguel Cabrera last night.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the nice things about interleague play. You get to see star players from the other league. The Cubs have seen enough from Miguel Cabrera already. He's done a lot of damage against them in his career. Last night he was doing what he does so well. Hits the ball where it is pitched. Saw that hole up the middle of the diamond, exploited it a couple of times. He's just a joy to watch. He's so calm, so balanced in the box, quite simply the best in the business at what he does.
Yeah, he's had a lot of success against the Cubs. This goes back to his Marlins days in the National League. 40 career games in the regular season with a .351 average. But, J.D., his career batting average overall is .320, so it's not that different.
No, he's put up a lot of big numbers against a lot of different teams. His average here is .320, 35 bombs and 122 RBIs, and he just seems to get better with age.
Jake Arrieta will take the ball for the Cubs tonight. He's faced the Tigers before, but it's been a couple of years.
Yeah, back when he was with the Orioles, he's obviously a different guy. Now we saw him very good last time out against the Washington Nationals. Curveball was a big pitch for him. He's throwing strike one about 2/3 of the time. The cutter, of course, a big weapon for Arrieta. Outstanding start against the Nationals. The Cubs need him tonight because last night was kind of ugly. John Lester struggled. You look at the numbers for Arrieta over the last 5, 2-1 with a .265 earned run average.
So it's his 4th career start versus Detroit. Shane Green, a right-hander for the Tigers, may be pitching for his life in their rotation tonight.
Yeah, he has struggled for quite some time now. Got off to a very good start. Last 8 or 9 starts, not good at all. In the last 3 starts, 0-3 with an 11.57 earned run average, including a game a couple starts ago in which he allowed 5 home runs.
Busy time for the Cubs. Game 2 of a 20-game stretch without an off day. A 6-0 loss in the series opener last night. They'll go for the split. Coming up next, Cubs and Tigers from Detroit.
Honda is about to do something remarkable. We've made the rear view camera a standard safety feature on every single vehicle in our 2015 lineup. Any car, any trim. Because we can all benefit from a better view of the road.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up, just like at Mobile Phone Park.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends too.
There's a long drive and it's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook, just 25 minutes southwest of Chicago.
At DirecTV, we believe being ranked #1 in customer satisfaction is cause for celebration. We believe being named one of the greenest companies in the world highlights our enduring commitment to the environment. That winning 7 Emmy Awards in technical achievement showcases our innovative spirit. Each day we redefine what DirecTV can be, because we believe there's no place for ordinary when you entertain the extraordinary. Don't just watch TV. DirecTV.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. AT&T Uverse. Find out what's possible with AT&T. Call 1-800-PIC-ATT, mobilizing your world. Ford. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
We'd like to welcome all our viewers watching on Mulberry Cooperative Telephone in Mulberry, Indiana. And if tonight's Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Vinny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to Make-A-Wish, Illinois. Clear skies above as we get set for the final game of this road trip. Joe Madden and Eric Hinsky getting ready. Joe talking earlier today about watching Miguel Cabrera on television when he got his big league career started back in 2003, and then eventually facing him with the Marlins.
I think on TV with the Marlins when he was in the, oh my God, it was unbelievable. And then I got to see him obviously with the Marlins against, and then but even in the beginning it was just different, just like I thought like Edgar Martinez good, but actually probably a little bit better than that if that's even possible. I thought he was that kind of a hitter. The ability to really stay inside of a baseball, never looks like he's in trouble, hits it everywhere, hits with power. When he was a baby, I didn't know where he was going to play positionally, but he was always very impressive even as a young man.
High praise from the Cubs manager regarding Miguel Cabrera. Shane Green will make his first career start against this Cubs Southwest starting lineup last night. First time the Cubs were shut out in the state of Michigan since 1888. July 18th of that year. We're still looking for video. Fowler, Rizzo, and Bryant at the top. Montero, Coughlin, Castro in the middle. Mike Baxter getting his first start with the Cubs. He'll be the DH. Chris Denorfia, the right fielder, and Addison Russell, the second baseman.
Tigers defensively, Cespedes plays left field, made a big throw out there last night to nail a runner at home plate. Anthony Gosa, speedster in center. J.D. Martinez patrols right field. Third to first, they go Castellanos, Iglesias, Kinsler, and Cabrera. Rookie James McCann does the catching. Alexis pursuing starting pitcher tonight is 26-year-old right-hander Shane Green. 12 starts, got off to a very good start, but lately has really struggled, as we talked about in our open. He's 4-5 overall with a 540 earned run average when he's right. He throws a lot of two-seamers with sink, gets a lot of ground balls. He has not been doing a whole lot of that lately.
And tonight's umpiring crew, Clint Fagan is at home. Hunter Wendelstedt, the crew chief, at first. Balk and Bob Davidson at second, and David Rackley is at third. Yeah, according to Ed Hardig, the last time the Cubs did not score a run in a big league game in the state of Michigan, the White Stockings, or Blue Stockings, lost 5-0 to the Wolverines at Recreation Park here in Detroit, July 18th, 1888. Yes, there was a Detroit affiliate in the National League from 1881 to 88.
It's had some good clubs back then. They could really run.
So here's Dexter Fowler to start it.
So the storyline tonight very similar to last night. Last night the Cubs were facing a struggling starting pitcher, Anibal Sanchez, failed to take advantage of that. Of course, Sanchez has a much longer resume than this kid does, and he had started to turn things around in recent starts, so we'll see how it goes against this struggling right-hander here tonight.
There's the sinker at 91 miles an hour. Green 6'4", 210. 26 years old. He's from Claremont, Florida, just west of Orlando. He came over from the Yankees in a trade, and that ball thumped out into very deep right center. It's going to split the gap. Fowler may be thinking three. Long striding around second, loses his helmet, and he's going to stand at third. So Make-A-Wish Illinois benefits $100 courtesy Vinny's Beverage Depot and Dexter Fowler.
And never mind a double, make it a triple for Fowler to get things started here. We saw the good sink previously from Green. This time it's a two-seam running fastball. It doesn't have the sinking action. Had to be willing to elevate a little bit to try to find the strike zone on 2-0, and Fowler jumped all over it. Great RBI opportunity for Rizzo here as the Tigers employ the shift. Only one man on the left side of the infield.
That's Castellanos, the third baseman. And the pitch to Anthony is a strike. Heating up here in Detroit, 87 degrees at game time. Rizzo's 12-game hitting streak, a career best, ended last night, but he did reach on a walk. He's now been on base 111 times this year. And he bounces one to a backhanding Cabrera. Fowler put on the brakes. Probably the right decision.
Yeah, that's about the only place on the infield he could have hit that ball and Fowler not scored that, and right down the third baseline where Castellano was standing in the middle of the diamond, wide open for Rizzo, and he's got to be kicking himself not able to take advantage of that RBI opportunity. So Bryant will get the chance. Now with one out, Brad Ausmus pulls his infield in.
The pitch to Bryant is fouled back.
He's got a little giddy up on his fastball. He'll go 92 to 95. Sit comfortably right around 93. You should look at the weather. 87 degrees. Wind out of the west at 17, gusting to 25.
That's where the sun is at the moment, so the left fielder still battling the big star as we get into the evening hours. 1-1 on Bryant. Latest All-Star voting update. He's now second behind Matt Carpenter, third, but well behind him at the moment. That one trickles up along first, foul. And I haven't seen it, but I read his Topps rookie baseball card was slated to come out today as part of the release of 350 new baseball cards. That's a fun moment in a
always exciting when you get that first baseball card.
Big leaguer's career. Just underway, three batters in. Fowler the runner at third after a leadoff triple. Bryant trying to knock him in. And it's 2-2 on him.
Well, where Chris Bryant has been so good this year, especially for such a young hitter, is not getting overly anxious in these situations. That's exactly what Green's trying to do here, to get him to chase out of the zone with that man on third base. Bryant has shown great discipline at times like this. Not this time.
Swing and a miss on the slider. That has been a troubling pitch for Green. That's the one pitch he says he's just still trying to figure out, and that was a good one. And he's got a chance to get out of this inning as he faces Montero.
Yeah, good late breaking slider there, and the splits for Green are interesting. Left-handed hitters batting .326 against him. Righties just .219. Boy, you can't waste a leadoff triple.
And Montero needs a big hit. He's 5 for his last 54, and he bounces one off the mound right to Iglesias, the shortstop, playing behind second base, and Green gets out of it.
You can't charge for smiles. That's probably why we're the only airline still giving them away. It's true, all airline employees have attitudes. Ours just have the good kind.
Over the years, us dads have received some pretty interesting Father's Day gifts.
This year, why not give us dads a great gift we can open again and again?
Right now, get a $500 Feldco savings card with every free in-home estimate.
These $500 savings cards are only available till Father's Day, so hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
There's a drive to deep center field, and this could be the ball game. He's going back.
T-Mobile's network has more data capacity per customer than Verizon and AT&T. It's the network that's data strong all season long. Switch now and get a free subscription to MLB.com at-bat premium. Only at T-Mobile.
So Shane Green got out of that jam. Runner at third, nobody out. Now the Tigers Southwest starting lineup. They've won 3 in a row since their first 8-game losing streak in a decade. Gose gets the start for Davis at center. Kinsler, Cabrera, Cespedes. We got J.D. Martinez in right. Tyler Collins is the DH tonight. Castellanos was last night. He's got the glove over at third tonight. McCann, the catcher, and Iglesias, a shortstop. 329 in the 9th spot.
See who's where for the Cubs tonight. Coghlan back in there in left field. Fowler in center. Denorfia gets another start in right. Brian Castro, Russell Rizzo, third to first. Miguel Montero back behind the plate. Lexus starting pitcher, for the Cubs tonight is a 29-year-old right-hander Jake Arrieta, making his 12th start. 5 up, 4 down, 304 earned run average. Tremendous strikeout to walk ratio, 75 punch-outs, just 14 freebies in 71 innings. League hits 239 against him, and he's been particularly tough on lefties. Backdoor curveball, power cutter, down and in. Great weapons for him against left-handed hitters.
Arrieta last faced Detroit 2 seasons ago, and he was still with Baltimore as Anthony Gose sprays one foul. A fastball at 94. Gose came over from the Blue Jays in an offseason trade. Originally a second-round pick of the Phillies in 08. That's a strike. 0-2. Goes with very good speed. 271 minor league stolen bases. 42. 247 major league games. Arrieta ready. The 0-2 is outside on a slider.
Gose had pretty good power numbers as a minor leaguer, but I think at this level they want him to try to just slap the ball, hit the ball on the ground, hit it on a line, use his speed.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Time out. Jake recorded 8 strikeouts. Man, look at the action on that breaking ball. That is a yellow hammer there. And with him, Mr. Gose. For Jake in his last start, 6 innings, a 1-run baseball, 8 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody. That's not atypical. He's got a bunch of games where he's walked 1 or none.
Ian Kinsler had a couple of hits, knocked in 2 last night, his 4th multi-hit game in his last 5. Tigers winning 3 straight after losing 8 in a row. They have put up 19 runs during these wins after averaging under 2.5 runs per game during the losing streak. Arrieta ahead of Kinsler, 1-2.
Had a lot of success with his breaking ball last time out, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him lean heavily on that pitch here early.
And go in with some heat and got him. Kinsler frozen.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 24, Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about these 2 days. Cabrera leading the American League with that .436 on base average. Talking with Joe Madden, he believes Cabrera is the rare kind of almost Tony Gwynn type hitter, JD, who can really guide the ball. And we saw a little bit of that last night. He went 3 for 3. They were all ground ball hits. The Cubs are over shifting against him.
Yeah, the term Joe used, bisecting the middle infielders. He hit a ball hard twice last night between Castro and Russell out there in the middle of the diamond.
Going to get him this time, though. Russell out. DeNorfia in. Arrieta with a 1-2-3 opening frame.
There are other luxury cars starting around $29,900. But when put to the challenge, not one of them made this kind of, what's the word? Impact. The Audi A3, the only car in its class to receive both a 5-star overall safety rating and IIHS top safety pick.
Share your nachos? Sharing. Since you were a kid, it's been share this, share that, share your toys, share the bathroom, share the road, share your feelings, share selfies, share baby pictures, so many baby pictures. Share, overshare. When does the sharing stop?
How about with the grilled stuffed nacho from Taco Bell? The first nachos designed not to be shared. It's everything you love about nachos wrapped up and ready to go for $1.49.
Oh, and don't share this ad.
Hey, Hunter, need some pointers?
Just around the house.
Yeah, should do it then.
I love this free store pickup.
Yeah, it's also great when you're on tour. Just order online, we'll have it waiting for you the same day. You know, I bet there's an Ace within a golf swing of just about anywhere.
Really?
Oh, you don't need to...
New mailboxes.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Getting help at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Drive safely, Hunter.
Thanks again, Mike.
Steven Spielberg returns to executive produce the long-awaited next installment of the Jurassic Park series, Jurassic World, opening in theaters Friday. Cubs got a leadoff triple from Dexter Fowler in the first, but could not get him to the plate. So let's see what they can do here in the second.
You know, we've talked about the fact that Shane Green has been struggling mightily. So he had that early opportunity, put pressure on him. He gets off the hook. Now he can feel a little bit better about things as he heads into this second inning.
Chris Coughlin playing left, batting fifth. Looks at a strike. Singled off the bench in the ninth last night. First time the Cubs were shut out on the road.
So we showed you those numbers on Green. Last 3 starts, 11.57 earned run average, and any pitcher can have a bad 3-start stretch. But you go a lot deeper with him. His last 9 starts.
That ball will drop in front of Ghost.
In those 9 starts, he's 1-5 with an 8.14 earned run average, the highest in Major League Baseball. It's going back to April 24th. And good piece of hitting here by Coughlin. A leadoff triple in the first, leadoff single here in the second.
We'll bring up Starlin Castro. See how aggressive Joe Madden is here. Especially with his team struggling to score runs in these last couple of days. There he goes. And they're going to stay out of the double play as Castro grounds to Iglesias. 1 out, runner at second.
Hey, Cub fans, let's go. Summer's right around the corner, so make your plans now to watch a game at Wrigley Field. Tomorrow, the Cubs kick off a 4-game set with the Reds, followed by 2 with the Indians. Get your tickets at Cubs.com.
Yeah, you talk about Cabrera and his ability to guide the ball. If Castro could learn to do that on that hit and run, they're going to keep the shortstop home because he hits so many balls on the ground in that direction. If he could shoot it the other way, hit that ball on the ground through the hole on the right side, he wouldn't even have to wouldn't need to hit it all that sharply, and he might be able to get a base hit and let the base runner go first to third.
Baxter 2 out of 13. First start with the Cubs, second career start as a DH. 30 years old. Padre, Met, Dodger, and now a Cub. Here it is.
Well, the challenge for Mike here tonight is not to try to do too much. You know, a guy who's been pinch hitting, not getting much playing time. He gets this opportunity to get 3, maybe 4 at-bats here tonight. You just got to have good at-bats. You can't go up there trying to hit home runs every time you're up there. React to the count, the pitcher's stuff, have a game plan. These at-bats very valuable for a bench guy who's used to getting, 1 every 2 or 3 nights.
Played college ball at Columbia and Vanderbilt. The 1-2 is hit foul and back out of play. Want to send out birthday wishes to Arizona's biggest Cub fan, June Thompson, watching tonight in Gilbert, just outside of Phoenix. It's her 80th birthday. June, we hope you have a great one, and the Cubs get a win for you tonight.
Zach Roskup celebrated a birthday yesterday.
He's not 80.
No, he's 27.
Two and two the count. Coughlin the runner at second. 2 hits in the game, both belonging to the Cubs. Both have been leadoff hits. Chris DeNorfie awaits on deck. And it's full. Green was a 15th round pick of the Yankees out of Daytona Beach Community College, 2009. Came over here to Detroit. Prior to this season, part of a 3-team trade.
One of the worst places you could go to school than Daytona Beach.
Yeah, I would agree. He started at the University of West Florida after going undrafted out of high school. Suffered an elbow injury his freshman year, lost his scholarship. A Tommy John surgery, and then transferred to Daytona Beach. And when he got called up for his first major league time with the Yankees, Green happened to be on the phone with his parents. Second call came in, didn't recognize the number, decided to take the call anyway, put his parents on hold. Found out, hey, I'm going to the big leagues, and good timing, right? Hey, Mom and Dad, I'm going to the show.
Pretty good.
Ball 4. Good plate appearance there for Baxter as he works the walk.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Don't get too greedy. Don't try to do too much. You're not going to get a strike. Accept your walk. Move the line. Yeah, so you go back to your parents, right? You hit the little button. Beep. You're not going to believe this. You know who that was? That was the skipper. I'm going to the big leagues.
The key there is that you don't find out later it was your minor league roommate pulling a prank on you.
There's a lot of pranks minor league guys would pull on each other, but I don't think they would go there.
That's good to know.
That's fairly sacred territory. The fake call up.
Two on, 1 out. Denorfia just back from the DL on Sunday. And an opportunity to play with Jorge Soler on the DL. Swing and a miss on the slider.
That would be like telling somebody, hey, I've got your lottery ticket here and you just won $179 million.
Oh, just kidding.
Sorry, that was last Wednesday's numbers. You don't win anything. Good slide ball there. With the running action he gets on his two-seam fastball, you see where he could have success against righties, playing that east-west game, hard in on the hands with a fastball and sliders away.
Here's his 0-2.
Got a little lazy with that one, got away with it. Cement mixer.
Cubs have completed the draft. 40 selections over the last 3 days, and among the highlights, 14th and 15th rounds, they took a couple of pitchers out of Indiana University who were both teammates of Kyle Schwarber, last year's first-round pick. Denorfia
falls in the dirt. Denorfia saying that ball hit the dirt before he caught it. So I saw it bounce. How about some help? How about some help?
And here comes Joe. Talk it over with Clint Fagan.
The bounded mark is right there.
Okay, they're fixing it. Bob Davidson came in and said the ball hit the dirt.
Yeah, and in Fagan's defense, he can't see it. And I'm surprised he didn't ask for help earlier. And that's probably why Brad Ausmus is not too thrilled.
Yeah, he's saying
he missed it.
He said if he saw that, he said, why didn't Bob come in immediately and say it? He said, as a base umpire, if you see that, you should immediately say, foul ball, no catch. And so what Brad is arguing probably is like, I think Bob was influenced by Denorfia and Madden arguing the way they did, because if Bob had seen it originally, he would have come out stronger with the call.
Yeah, so I think Brad is arguing that Denorfia did not make contact with the ball because it was very obvious it hit the dirt. That part is pretty easy, and he will not win his argument. So still 2 strikes. Coughlin and Baxter the runners. Here it is.
You see on the pitch tracks there, everything away. And really got him set up to come hard in if he trusts himself to make the pitch. Got a rookie catcher, an inexperienced starting pitcher. Anthony Ghost out there in center field. Juan Lagares like in his positioning, very, very shallow. 420 to straightaway center field here. A lot of room behind him. Green really slowing things down here with men on base.
Finally ready for the next 0-2, and here it comes. Iglesias, nice feed to Kinsler, whose immediate play was to third, but Coghlan was standing right on the bag. So there'll be runners at the corners with 2 outs for Russell.
I thought Iglesias would backhand that ball, but he was able to get in front of it, and a quick little flip to Kinsler. This is a smart play here by Kinsler. You see a lot of middle infielders on this play. Wait and see if that base runner takes a turn around third base. By then it's usually too late, so why not flip it on over there just in case the base runner takes a step or 2 around the bag.
So now Russell 1 for 4 in the opener. Chance to talk with Alan Trammell, former Cubs bench coach, and now a special assistant to the general manager here in Detroit. Good to see him back in a Tiger uniform, and he's been watching the Cubs, and he really likes Addison Russell. I saw they had a brief meeting on the field before the game. He's been impressed with these kids, Bryant and Russell, and their defensive work. Chatting with a guy he faced a lot in his career, Chris Bosio.
Trammell, a star player with an everyman's approach.
Relentlessly positive. Miguel Montero had him in Arizona, and after Kirk Gibson was let go, Tram finished the year and very easily could have gone home. He still would have gotten paid, and Montero said that showed me something. Off the plate outside.
Yeah, well, it appears that slider is going to be the go-to pitch for Green here against the right-handed hitters. Let's see if the Cubs are able to lay off that one out of the zone, force him to throw more fastballs. Here comes another slider.
A ball and 2 strikes on Russell. The pitch into center, and the Cubs finally break the seal. They get their first run of the series. It's 1-0 on Russell's 16th RBI.
Big 2-out knock there by Russell after being frustrated not scoring the leadoff triple in the first. Able to cash in here in the second. This slider stays on the plate. It's up a little bit. And again, these right-handed hitters are going to start looking out there, and Green's going to have to come up with a plan B at some point, you would think. Green / McCann, who's in charge of putting the fingers down behind home plate.
Well, you said it earlier, Green has just made this game grind to a halt here with base runners on. He has completely slowed things down.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a function of the fact that he's struggled so much lately. He's just being really thoughtful and deliberate, or if this is just the way he pitches with men on base. But ideally, if you're Brad Ausmus, Jeff Jones, the pitching coach, you probably would like to see him be a little more aggressive, a little more predatory out there on the mound, take the attack to the Cub hitters. Needs to be a little more Jurassic.
1-1 on Fowler. He tripled to lead off the ball game.
Guys playing behind him have to be just going nuts.
Eventually a 1-1 pitch will be made, and it's now, and it's inside.
Kinsley's out there giving himself a manicure.
27th pitch of the inning. That ball is foul.
Cabrera was playing solitaire on his iPhone right before that pitch. Set a personal record the other day, by the way. Minute 48 on my iPad, solitaire.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Under 2 minutes. Jim DeShays has broken the 2-minute barrier, folks.
Roger Bannister. Changeup. He doesn't throw that pitch very often, and kind of goosed that one up there. And that's probably part of the reason why lefties have had success against him. Normally, but not always, when you see a right-handed pitcher who's been able to shut down lefties. And a lot of times it's a good changeup.
Runners go, and that one grounded foul. We'll do another 3-2 coming up. Cubs really making him work.
In his first 2 starts, he went 8 innings both times, allowed 1 run unearned the first time, and an 8 shutout in his next start. So it's in there.
He escapes further damage. The Cubs get the lead, however, 1-0.
Who are we? We're the guys that have your back. With looks that get looks. Tech that makes your life easier. And a warranty program that lasts longer than any other car companies. So brace yourself, because we're just getting started. What's it like to drive a Hyundai? You have no idea.
Based on all the construction, it might be hard to grab a seat at Chicago's oldest stadium. Lucky for you, there's plenty of action at Chicagoland's newest stadium. Introducing Stadium Sports Bar and Grill at Ameristar. Over 40 HD TVs, 20 beers on tap, and 50 varieties of bottled craft beer from home and abroad. Stadium Sports Bar and Grill. Game on, Chicago. Must be 21 to enter casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
We need to cut down on spending.
Can't be that bad.
Is that a Rembrandt?
I'm a big picture guy.
I think you misinterpreted that idiom.
Look, we had CDW custom configure new HP Elite books with Intel Core M processors to improve efficiency.
And?
They're also highly durable, so we save money on replacement costs.
See? Problem solved.
Wednesday Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball on DraftKings for free using promo code Northside.
Hey, Budweiser Bleacher Fridays continue this Friday. The Cubs are going to go country. Fans will enjoy country music hits played before and during the game. All Budweiser Bleacher fans 21 and older will receive a country cap presented by Budweiser. Special entertainment in the bleachers includes live music, additional giveaways, photo ops, fun games. For tickets, visit Cubs.com.
By the way, I have to make a correction. I believe the Topps series I mentioned comes out next Wednesday, not tonight. Have to wait one more week for the Chris Bryant Series 2 card.
The Jurassic Park comes out Friday.
Correct. 1-0 on Yoenis Cespedes.
Jurassic World.
Cespedes at an even 300. 1 for 3, a walk and a run last night, and an outfield assist. He nailed Junior Lake at the plate in the 5th, and we talked to Joe about it. He said it's a no-brainer send for Gary Jones.
And a good all-around game by Cespedes. Also, a heads-up base running play tagged up in advance from first to second on a fly ball to right field.
3-0 the count.
Whoop.
And he walked him on 4. Sunday night, tune in to CSN for an all-new episode of Beer Money presented by Coors Light. Watch fans test their sports trivia knowledge as they try to win big. Sunday at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet. First base runner for the Tigers announced J.D. Martinez. And he looks at a strike. Last night, it was the 5th time Cubs pitchers have allowed 13 hits in a game this season. 6-0 Detroit. The silver lining was Edwin Jackson's 3 2/3 of relief. Should be 2. And it is 6-4-3. A double play. 2 for the price of 1, as Ernie Harwell would have said. 2 outs, bases empty.
Racing that leadoff walk. He gets the ground ball from J.D. Martinez. The ball's hit sharply, so that makes it pretty easy. Catch it, flip it, turn it around, send it the other way.
Our Xfinity high-speed action. This is Tyler Collins, the DH, 25 years old. 6th round pick out of Howard College in Spring, Texas, 2011. Left-handed batter. And he hits that one up along first, and it's about a foot foul. Now 2 balls and a strike. Just going to say, you know, we might see Victor Martinez in that series in August at Wrigley Field, but then I remembered, but there'll be National League rules. I'm not sure if we'll see him. He's currently on the DL. Swing and a miss to end the inning. Couple of scoreless, hitless frames for Jake Arrieta down the Detroit River, the Renaissance Center. 1-0 Cubs.
Nissan gave a lucky few the ride of their life in the 2015 Nissan Altima.
Where am I going? Where am I going?
Nissan Altima with blind spot warning and up to 270 horsepower. Get the ride of your life at your local Nissan store. Lease Altima just $189 per month, plus bonus cash, or choose 0% financing for up to 72 months. Bonus cash ends June 30th. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced, or descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Amazing Cascade video walls from Prism. Learn more at prism.com.
For a limited time, save up to $200 on 4 tires at National Tire and Battery, with up to $100 off instantly. Plus, another $100 after rebate when you use your NTB credit card. Choose select in-stock Goodyear, Continental, Cooper, and more. Get ready for summer at NTB. Buy 4 tires and get up to $200 off. National Tire and Battery. That's all you need.
Follow Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, all season long on Comcast Sportsnet. Brought to you by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Visit Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side, wrapping up this 9-game road trip. And Patrick, I know you had a chance to talk to David Price today.
Yeah, a couple of us were on the stakeout duty. He was kind of the guy we had to get here, and I think walking away from his locker, you just think what a great fit this guy would be in Chicago. And become a question for can the Cubs afford, a $200 million contract after going all in with John Lester. But from everything he said, he certainly sounded intrigued by the idea of reuniting with Joe Madden and playing on a team that has a chance to win now and win for a long time.
It will be a very interesting free agent class.
Yeah. And if you're David Price, every single writer that comes along says, would you like to play here? Would you like to play there? You say, yeah, I could see myself fitting there.
I do think the one thing that did kind of stand out with him, though, was this idea of I'm not going to change who I am. I just want to go where I can be myself and be comfortable. And I think with Joe Madden, he had that. He said he liked the theme trips. He said he had his most comfortable plane ride ever was wearing a onesie from Seattle to Baltimore after a Sunday night game. So he has a relationship with Derek Johnson, the Cubs minor league coordinator. He had helped recruit him to Vanderbilt University, a place that is so special for David that he actually drove from Chicago down to Champaign to see them in a super regional the other day. And Joe Madden says that's the type of teammate he is. That's the type of guy that you get when you bring him onto your side.
As we look at this current roster, there had been some speculation the Cubs might make some sort of roster move with the DH in order this 2-game series. You had the injury to Javier Baez, who may or may not have been a candidate. But in the end, Kristen Orfia ended up being that guy who came up Sunday off the DL.
Yeah, I don't think they were I don't think they were leaning that way with Javi. I think Schwarber was in part media driven, but I think Joe Madden was legitimately intrigued by the idea and wanted to talk that out. And I think in the end, they didn't feel like it made sense. I think it was a worthwhile question to pose, and maybe we'll see him in September as a big left-handed bat to kind of throw into the mix.
2-2 on Anthony Rizzo. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. I think, JD, you can jump in on this, just having talked to Joe and we know Theo and Jed pretty well. A lot of the stuff that's speculated out there, I would imagine those conversations do happen whether there's a 10% chance something may happen or a 2% chance, this really seems like a group that does kind of try to leave no stone unturned.
Yeah,
so
I think those kinds of conversations go on with every club, within the front office and between the manager and the front office. It's a constant discussion of how can we make this team bigger. So, the micro look, what's going to make our team better for now and for the next 10 days, and what makes sense for the long-term future of the team and the players involved.
Bryant gets hit. It was a fastball. He's on with one out. And the other part of it, Patrick, when it comes to what the needs are at this level, the balancing act of a minor league player who has not been here, and even in the case of Baez, because of the changes and tweaks they wanted him to make, that individual plan matters a lot. It's not just we need somebody, so bring somebody up.
Yeah, this was kind of extraordinary circumstances, I think, where we could even consider Schwarber. If this was going on last year, Theo probably would have he wouldn't even respond to an idea like that. But now the team's competitive, where every at bat does matter, and Schwarber, to his credit, has really gone out there and exceeded most people's expectations. Although the Cubs will say this guy's hit everywhere he's gone, there were people questioning the pick last year at number 4. This guy was a reach, or they did it so they could do a below slot deal to save money elsewhere, and he's gone out and forced his way into the conversation here.
Chatted with Montero before the game. He was the DH last night. He said didn't bother him, wasn't too weird. He said the only thing is Bryant runs and that ball lined into right. Chris is going to make the turn without even a look at J.D. Martinez, and that should be something most base runners, or all base runners, do, but you have to give them credit because many of them do not.
Yeah, a lot of guys get caught peeking back over their shoulder and they break stride. He's peeking into the pitch. He sees the contact, finds the ball, and knows there's no play in the middle of the diamond. Good hustle on into third base.
Yeah, Montero, just to follow up, said when you're DHing, you feel like the only thing you can do is hit. That's the only way to help the team. But when you're catching, there are a lot of things you can do to help. So put a little more pressure on you. And here's Coghlan with runners at first and third. Last topic, Patrick, the draft. The Cubs have finished. They've got 40 picks in the bank. What are the highlights in your opinion? What stood out to you?
Well, I think they've kind of hit us over the head with it, the idea of these college hitters that they love, and I think
that ball crushed, and I think Coghlan got all of it, and he did. Way out of here, a 3-run homer, 4-0 Cubs.
Wow, that ball was blistered. He knew it as soon as he hit it. Dropped the head, dropped the bat. A nice leisurely trot around the bases for Chris Coghlan. It's a Ford home run replay coming your way. It's number 8 for Coghlan. Sinker that didn't have a whole lot of sink, and he crushed it.
Number 8 on the year for Chris Coghlan. And an early big lead, 4-0 here in the third inning, and now Castro. So as you were saying.
Yeah, the Cubs need more hitters, right? I mean, they were
right on cue.
It'd be fascinating to see what happens with Brady Aiken if he comes back, anywhere close to what the Cubs thought he was coming out of high school in San Diego last year. And that'll be a good one, to debate forever. But obviously the Cubs know way more than we do in an area that is really hard to quantify and figure out anyway, in terms of his medicals coming back from Tommy John surgery.
So the kid, Hapkin from University of Cincinnati, what do you know about him in terms of his desire to sign and the Cubs' position, and how long I think it'll take to get that done?
Yeah, I anticipate that'll be something pretty quick. I think there was a thought they didn't pick him for this reason, but I think they knew in the back of their minds that there's a chance maybe they could do a below slot deal and spread some of that money around to take more pitchers and take more risks later in the draft.
Broken bat pop-up. Kinsler retires Castro. Well, the fun thing about the draft is we can sit here and analyze all we want, but we're not going to know for quite some time whether or not it was a good draft or not.
Saw a headline, a link that somebody tweeted from The Onion, the satirical magazine newspaper, said that 87% of Americans don't know that they were picked in the late rounds of the MLB draft. They do pick a lot of guys.
All right, Patrick, one more thing you can investigate. Right. We have noticed there may be something going on with the Cubs position players. They may not be wearing undershirts tonight. I noticed Anthony Rizzo had short sleeves. He's got the one kind of compression sleeve on one arm, but not on the other. Coghlan, Castro. I don't know if this was a collective deal to get out of their short hitting slump. We got to get to the bottom of it.
I'm embarrassed to say I did notice that Rizzo only had that compression sleeve.
I definitely did. That ball hit hard by Baxter, and it's going to hit the wall. And he's got a double. Boy, some good opposite field extra base power for Mike Baxter.
Yeah, remember Baxter just missed hitting a home run back at Wrigley on the homestand with the wind blowing in. He really torched the ball. This time he almost knocks one out of here. Has to settle for a double, but two good trips to the plate for Baxter here tonight. With the walk last time and now the off-field double. Whereas last night the Cubs did not take advantage of a struggling pitcher. Tonight they have.
Up in the Tiger pen, Jeff Jones out to the mound. Patrick, thanks for the time as always.
Anytime, thanks guys.
Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider. Plus minus went up 3 tonight.
Way to go, Patrick. Patrick's going to go take his t-shirt off now.
Have you noticed this, or
yes,
just me?
No. Yeah, it's definitely a thing. Somebody probably say, hey, let's we got shut out last night, so we're going to go t-shirt less today.
That'd be a great giveaway at the ballpark one night. The no t-shirt giveaway. Wouldn't cost anything. Base hit to Norfia. Baxter trying to score. He will. And they get Chris at first base, but the run does count. So it's a 4-run third inning. Denorfia gets his second RBI of the season. Coghlan knocks in 3 with this long home run.
It's not far now.
Dad, where is this park? Looks kind of closed.
Get your road trip started today. For details, visit minidealer.com/countryman offers.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Hey, buddy, come smell those flowers.
Don't be shy, come on.
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Amazing Cascade video walls from Prism. Learn more at prism.com.
Tomorrow, your Cubs return to Wrigley to begin a 4-game set with Cincy. Don't miss this exciting start as the Northsiders look to pummel the Reds and have them singing the blues early and often. Cubs, Reds, tomorrow at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Wednesday Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball on DraftKings for free using promo code Northside.
Back here in downtown Detroit, it is 5-0 Cubs. So whatever we saw last night, flip the script. As the Tigers won 6-0, and a strike called. Nick Castellanos. McCann and Iglesias to follow. Fastball in.
Comfortable lead for Arrieta. Don't change the approach, just go pitch.
Third ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So many places he can go. Either the breaking balls away or he can go heater in like he did to finish off Kinsler back in the first.
Went with the slider. Nice play. And 1 out. Cardinals a winner today. 4-2 at Colorado.
Avoiding a sweep at the hands of the Rockies. Not all well in the world of the St. Louis Cardinals. Matt Holliday put on the DL with a quad strain, and Lance Lynn was sent back to St. Louis for evaluation. He's got something going on.
Carlos Martinez got the win. He's 7-2.
That he has been dealing.
So the Cubs right now 7 games back of the Cardinals, who are 39-21. McCann shatters his bat. The bat was fair. The ball was foul.
Yeah, I don't know what John Mozeliak's thinking was going into this season, but he's going to have to be pretty aggressive, I would think, at the trade deadline, try to shore up some things with that club, despite all the success they've had so far. You look at what they've lost, it would be very difficult for him to project his team having that kind of success going forward. I don't know the extent of Holliday's injury. Matt Adams is done for the year. Holliday, I don't think, is hurt anywhere near as badly as Adams. It's a quad like Adams, but not to the same extent.
So McCann gets a new bat. And that broken bat, it's been top of mind here lately after the Fenway Park incident. Brett Lawrie, the Oakland A's third baseman, whose bat did break. And Tanya Carpenter, the fan, was severely injured. Sent some flowers and a message to her bedside yesterday. Nice gesture. Sending my thoughts and prayers. Read the message. Carpenter's family wrote the following: Brett, they are the only ones by her side. On behalf of her family, we thank you for this lovely arrangement. And her condition was upgraded a couple of days ago to fair.
Yeah, how about the story, and I wasn't aware of this, that during the last 2 collective bargaining sessions, the players had pushed for more netting to protect the fans.
Yeah, I saw that. The commissioner also commented on it earlier this week, that they will address it, discuss it. Arrieta thought he had him.
Wow.
3-2. What good pitch. Wow.
Mask-wearing fraternity. This Saturday, the Cubs play the Reds. First pitch is at 6:15, and the first 10,000 fans at the ballpark will receive a Joe Madden debut bobblehead presented by Pepsi. For details, visit Cubs.com.
The glasses and everything. And McCann strikes out. 8 batters, 4 strikeouts for Jake.
Then 1 base runner. The Cespedes walked to lead off the second, but he was erased on the double play ball. So Arrieta threatening to go through 3 facing the minimum, as he does quite often.
Iglesias comes in at 329. Slick fielding shortstop. Got jammed that time as he rolls to Bryant. And Jake Arrieta through 3 has not allowed a hit, leading 5-0.
The Dodge brothers have always believed that by taking things further and pushing the limits, you can create a brand that grows as fast as it drives. One drive and you'll discover why Dodge is America's fastest growing performance brand. Join us now during the Dodge Drive and Discover event. During 1 week to deal, get $3,000 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash, plus loyal owners get $1,000 bonus cash on Grand Caravan.
Every auto insurance policy has a number. But not every insurance company understands the life behind it. Those who have served our nation have earned the very best service in return. USAA. We know what it means to serve. Get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Hey, this Wendy's salad really tastes like summertime.
Told you. Summer in a bowl.
What? Sweet strawberries, chicken on the grill.
Does HR know about this?
Uh-huh. When Wendy's makes a salad as fresh as summer, they start with ripe, in-season California strawberries prepped by hand. Top it with warm, freshly grilled chicken and only serve it for, well, the summer. And now kids' meals just $1.99 after 4.
Hey, Chicago. Beer Money is on the move, and you can be part of all the fun as we quiz contestants on their sports trivia knowledge. Join us for our next taping tomorrow night from 6 to 9 p.m. at Pinheads in Yorkville. Beer Money, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, Cub fans, now you can keep your drinks as cold as the Rockies with your very own Coors Light Refresherator. Enter for your chance to win one of 15 limited edition vending machines now through June 30th. Visit csnchicago.com/Coors Light and enter today. So 3 innings, that's it for Shane Green. 5 runs on 7 hits. And it's left-hander Kyle Ryan making his 3rd appearance and 2nd in relief. Last outing was a start over the weekend, and he was good against the White Sox in Chicago. 7 innings, 2 runs, and a no decision.
So he may be pitching here to claim a green spot in the rotation with his struggles.
Some good lamb chops working.
Yeah, he does. He's rocking some serious sideburns there. He's a finesse lefty, a lot of sinkers. Fastball in the upper 80s.
Addison Russell with the go-ahead RBI single in the 2nd. Jake has that look tonight, doesn't he? That late season vibe he had against the Reds.
Yeah, just kind of
36 pitches through 3. Feeling it. It's early.
That one little wake-up call when he walked Cespedes on 4 pitches, which was so rare for him, and then immediately got the double play ball off the bat of Martinez. Kind of went back to being Jake. Good tight slider there by Ryan.
I've asked you this before, but how does a big lead affect a starting pitcher who is dealing like Jake tonight?
I think if you are locked in and you're focused, it doesn't affect you a whole lot. I think there's too much play given to that. Well, just challenge people who've got a big lead. I think really good pitchers just go out and pitch the game kind of indifferent to the score. Clearly, there are times when you have a big lead and you fall behind a hitter where you say, okay, now I'm going to give in. But that's not your game plan at the start of an inning or at the start of an at-bat. You don't say, well, I got a 5-0 lead. I'm just going to start channeling fastballs. You fall behind 2-0, you might be a little bit more aggressive with a 2-0 fastball than you would in a tight ball game. But beyond that, not much different.
Fowler batting right-handed against the southpaw Ryan. Just missed the outside corner. Fastball 89. From Auburndale, Florida. 12th round pick, 2010. 6'5", 210. He's lanky. And he's lefty.
Yeah, it's our first look at him, and he, like I said, he's not a hard thrower, but it looks like he hides the ball well. I think there's some deception. Did not rack up big strikeout numbers, working his way through the minor leagues.
Took a close 1-3-2. Rizzo on deck. Happy 70th birthday, Jim Luke, watching in Oquawka, Illinois. Born on this date, 1945. Pop fly right field. Martinez has it. One of the Twitter theories on the no undershirt is that fans don't think Jake Arrieta wears one. I'm not so sure that's the case. I think he may wear the tank top type t-shirt underneath the jersey, but I don't know for sure. I can't ask him. We'll get to the bottom of it after the game. Don't know why you would want to actively play this game without an undershirt, although they're not wearing wool anymore. Those jerseys are much more comfortable.
It's like Costanza's on the case. You need to wear cotton. It breathes. See that old Tiger uniform and those sideburns? You think you're watching a game from the 70s.
John Hiller deals outside. 2-2. Wind blowing out. One home run in this game. 3-run blast by Chris Coughlin. And against the shift, Rizzo lines to left.
Acknowledging somebody in that dugout as if to say, this is what I'm going to do with this lefty. I'm going to ping one the other way. Just carve one to left.
So what's the date today? June 10th?
That sounds right. That is right.
Starting to read some trade rumors. Ramos Ramirez, his name popping up on Twitter. Jonathan Papelbon, another. About that time of the year.
Yeah, I heard the Mets were interested in Ramirez and Segura.
That ball gets past Castellanos and into left.
Castellanos really struggled defensively last year. He worked awfully hard in the offseason to tighten things up down there. And he has made strides. But he whiffed on that one. Not an easy play.
Still waiting for an official ruling. I'm going to guess hit.
Yeah, I would give him a hit. He kind of boxed it. It looked ugly, but no,
E5.
give an error. Might be a reputation call right there.
Montero is wearing an undershirt for the record. But then again, he's a catcher. They can do whatever they want.
And on second, they want to make sure they're on the same page with their signs.
Goes to end the inning. Cubs strand a couple, lead 5-0 in the fourth.
Every villain knows a getaway car requires abundant power, impeccable style, and of course, the cover of darkness. But what if it's a different kind of getaway you're after? The F-Type convertible and the F-Type coupe from Jaguar. Oh, it's good to be bad.
Jaguar has been ranked highest in customer satisfaction with dealer service among luxury brands by J.D. Power.
Scouting is an important part of baseball, but it's also an important part of shopping. I'm looking for hustle. That's fast enough. Now let's see if you can catch. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Now, you can get 2 Arby's Ultimate BLTs for $6. So, with 10 total strips of thick-cut bacon, that works out to about a 100% chance of you coming to Arby's. Arby's, we have the meat.
You've heard of a win-win, right? What about a win-win-win? Pick up the limited edition Metallic Droid Turbo by Motorola. Water repellent, up to 48-hour battery life, and ballistic nylon back. That's your first win. Plus, it's only on Verizon, the #1 network. There's your next win. Now for the final win. Get $250 when you trade in any smartphone. And get 10 gigs of data for $80 a month and $15 per line. The win-win-win. A new way to save without settling. Only on Verizon.
Tomorrow night, we're back at Wrigley Field, first of 4 against the suddenly hot Cincinnati Reds. They've won 4 in a row after beating the Phillies today. It all begins at 6 on Comcast Sportsnet. First pitch at 7, and Zach Cozart will end up on the DL. We don't know how serious it is, but it would look to be a devastating right knee injury as he slipped on first base.
Yeah, that looked ugly. Looked like he's likely to be out for quite some time. Brandon Phillips is banged up. Billy Hamilton still battling a hand issue, but been playing good ball lately. Joey Votto's been tearing it up. Jay Bruce has gotten hot.
Right-hander Michael Lorenzen against lefty Tsuyoshi Wada tomorrow night. Anthony Gose. You know what Anthony is? He's a friendly ghost.
He's a friendly ghost. He's a speedy ghost.
If he were funny, you could say he's a silly ghost. 2-1. Kinsler and Cabrera. Also due. Bryant with his feet on the grass at third. And the 2-1 on the way. Foul tip.
Did the kids call you the friendly ghost when you were growing up?
All the time. Yeah. That and that? Lenny, where's Squiggy? I got that a lot.
You good with the ghost thing? Did it bother you?
That's fine.
Flirt with all the girls named Wendy. Well, this is an example of what we were talking about. What is the approach, the 3-2 count in this situation? Would it be any different? Probably not, because Ghost is a speed guy, not a power guy, so you're going to be aggressive here.
Chris Chelios, Kurt Gibson. Is that his son Cam who just got drafted? Could be. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5 punch outs for Jake Arrieta.
That's an 0 for 2 Ghost right there with a couple of punch outs on his ledger.
Ghost down swinging. Okay. Now Kinsler.
Looks to me like Chris Chelios has been spending some time on the golf course.
Or on the surfboard. Kick the pitch and a curve at 83 in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. (5-2) the Reds beat the Phillies. Cincinnati today, second 4-game winning streak of the year. Line left field for their first hit. Kinsler aggressively around first, will hold with a single.
Down 5, they're not going to gamble on the bases. This slider did not have a good sharp biting action that most of them have had for Arrieta here tonight. Kinsler takes advantage. 1-out single here in the Tiger 4th. Well played out there by Coughlin. Got to it in a hurry. Good strong throw back in.
Now, the thing about Zach Cozart, we know about how good he is defensively. He's off to a really good offensive start. He's got 9 home runs. Bryant to Russell to Rizzo. They turn it. Second double play turned by the Cubs infield. And the inning is over. Jake Arrieta didn't realize it.
This is a different kind of airline. One that invented low fares so everyone could fly. One that decides where to go next by putting your needs first. And knows people are its most powerful fuel. Some say we do things differently. We say, why would we do things any other way? Without a heart, it's just a machine.
At DirecTV, we believe families should have somewhere to turn when disaster strikes. We believe our customers should have a real person to talk to 24 hours a day. That you should never miss your shows, even if it means overnighting a replacement receiver. And that if we're lucky enough to be invited into your home, we should leave it better than we found it. Because we believe there's no place for ordinary when you entertain the extraordinary. Don't just watch TV. DirecTV.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh, no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up, just like at Mobile Phone Park.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends, too.
There's a long drive, and it's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook, just 25 minutes southwest of Chicago.
Hey, Cub fans, don't miss your chance to catch the best matchups in baseball. Reserve your place in line for history in the making. Join the season ticket holder waiting list. It's easy and free to register. For details, visit Cubs.com/waitlist.
All Cubs tonight. They lost 6-0 last night, but lead 5-zip here in Game 2. Chris Coughlin, the big blow. He's got 2 hits, but it was the 3-run homer that broke it open, made it 4-0. He went around, according to Clint Fagan.
With 8 home runs, Chris now just one shy of his career best. He did it last year. And to match the 9 he hit as a rookie with the Marlins back in 09.
Feeling we're going to see a lot of different guys used as the DH in the American League parks coming up. We've seen Montero, Baxter, might see Coughlin do it. Deep left, Cespedes on the warning track makes the catch.
Yeah, and obviously it will depend on who the opposing pitcher is, Joe. That's kind of not just Joe, but any big league manager. They look at the matchup, see who's a good fit on any given night.
Starlin off the plate.
May decide to let Chris Bryant DH one day just to give him a bit of a rest.
One and one.
That's what a lot of managers like to do. Take their frontline everyday guys and slot them in as a DH for a day or two. Just to give them a little bit of a break. Baxter's name called here tonight, and he has responded. A walk and a double so far.
He foul tips for strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Ryan. And because we are playing an American League style game, Ryan stretched out as a starter. It's possible he could finish this game for Brad Ausmus. He doesn't have to worry about pinch hitting for him. Managing is hard. We know that. We're going to say it right off the bat. But you cannot claim it's more difficult to manage in the American League than the National League.
No.
Because you take away that part of it right off the bat. I know the counter is, well, if you have the pitcher batting, then it's obvious when you take him out. You pinch hit for him. That ball should drop for Baxter. It will. A lot of room out there in right center. So he's on all 3 times. A walk, a double, and a single.
And Joe's feeling like a beat. Baxter's feeling pretty good about himself. Remember, he was sent out, at least on paper, when then Jorge Soler got hurt, and he was immediately recalled. So he avoided the sentence, being sent down to the minor leagues, and he's taking advantage. He's had good at-bats off the bench, and now in this opportunity to DH, having a nice night.
Joe has been, I think, very good about getting everybody into the mix. You know, Jonathan Herrera had a long stretch during which he barely played, but he got back-to-back starts earlier on this trip and contributed. Jays stay hot, 8 in a row now to get over 500. 7-2 over the Miami Marlins.
They score a lot of points, that club.
4 homers today.
Yeah, they do a lot of that too.
And Scott Copeland won in his initial major league start, fresh off a stint of drumming with the Police. Oh, Stewart. Okay. It's close. 2-2. He debuted in relief on May 2nd. Got the win as a starter today.
Do they make band member trading cards?
They should. Oh, and Copeland for getting his first win.
Yes.
Got sent back to AAA after the game.
Take this. Take
Go to
this
Buffalo.
with you, kid. Congratulations. You're shuffling off to Buffalo. Enjoy the wings.
Aaron Sanchez was skipped in that start because of general soreness. If they had that for broadcasters, you and I would never work.
Yeah.
3-2 with 2 outs. Baxter will be on the move. There he goes, and the ball is fouled. You ever miss a start with general soreness?
No, but it sounds like some kind of a character in like a radio play. At the Army base, general soreness was in no mood. No, that's interesting. That's obviously trying to deflect something there.
Maybe he was just mad at somebody.
He's in a foul mood. He's going to skip his start tonight. A good solid veteran who gives you a tough at bat. Throughout his career, he's been a little better than league average in terms of the strikeout rate.
Line shot in front of Ghost, and it gets past him. Baxter around third. He's going to try to score, and he will. Misplay out there by Ghost. 6-0.
Another big 2-out hit for the Cubs. It was Russell last time. This time it's Denorfia, and then the misplay by Ghost allows Baxter to come all the way around to score.
Single and an error. No RBI for Denorfia. So we're tied in runs in the series, 6-6.
Bragging rights will go to the team with a better run differential at the end of this ball game.
Did you see the Cleveland Indians, what they did in the 12th round today?
I did not.
They took a pitcher named Ryan Perez, and reportedly could throw 94 left-handed and 92 right-handed.
Wow. I wonder why he fell to the 12th round.
Backs up Castellanos. The throw is in time to get Russell. Wasn't pretty, but he got it done. Cubs get a run. It's 6-0 in the 5th.
small McCafe green apple smoothie or medium frozen strawberry lemonade. Just $2 each this summer at McDonald's.
Honda is about to do something remarkable. We've made the rear-view camera a standard safety feature on every single vehicle in our 2015 lineup. Any car, any trim. Because we can all benefit from a better view of the road.
This is history in the making. Cortez, 23 years old, first woman in the majors.
Never miss a moment. Get live TV on the go included with AT&T Uverse TV for just $19 a month for 2 years with qualifying bundles and 1-year term.
It's only an egg, freshly cracked at morning light. A real delight when you take that very first bite. Introducing McDonald's Bacon and White Cheddar McMuffin. Get one in a small McCafe coffee for just $3.50.
Hey everyone, Kelly Kroll here with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts Sportsnet Central update at OTAs today up at Hallis Hall. Kyle Long, who of course is a two-time Pro Bowler at right guard, spent time playing right tackle afterwards. Long would not say whether or not the position change will be permanent. We'll have a recap of all the day's news later on Sportsnet Central, and Todd Hollinsworth joins me for post-game show right after the final out. But for now, let's head back to the ballpark. Lynn and JD, guys.
Okay, Kelly, thank you. Jake Arrieta through 4 has allowed 1 hit, leading 6-0. Cespedes takes a slider off the outside corner.
1 hit, 1 walk, 2 double play balls, so he has faced the minimum. He has struck out 5.
Sinker at 95. Arrieta, product of Texas Christian University. Went to Weatherford College before that. Debuted in the big leagues 2010 with Baltimore. His ERA with the Cubs in these 3 seasons about half of what it was over parts of 4 seasons with the Orioles. I don't know if he's been a different pitcher, but he's been a lot better as a pitcher.
Well, yeah, the walk rate. I mean, I think the stuff has always been there. He was always projected to be a top of the rotation guy. He had control issues in Baltimore. I think he had a lot of advice flying at him from a lot of different directions. I think just a classic change of scenery situation.
Ryan will cut it off. Cespedes really moving down the line, but he gets him by a half a step.
Wherever Jake's next step was going to be when he left Baltimore, they were going to end up with a very good pitcher on their hands. Now, Chris Bosio is very good at what he does, so that certainly helps as well. Along with Mike Borzello and all the game planning they do. And I think more than anything, Arrieta probably just needed to get out of Baltimore, get a fresh start somewhere, clear his head, and then go to work. And boy, he has been impressive.
Martinez lines one. Fowler cuts it off and keeps him to a single.
Host your best customers and guests at a private suite at Wrigley Field. The Nuveen Investment Suites can accommodate anywhere from 15 to 55 guests. Includes food, all you can drink beverages, and parking. To book your premier experience at the ballpark, visit Cubs.com/suites.
D.H. Collins. Did you ever pitch at Tiger Stadium?
I did pitch at Tiger Stadium.
How did it go? Do you remember?
I don't think it went too well. I remember we got thumped there more than once. I was with the Twins in 93 and 94, so.
Ooh, that would have been the big bopper era for Detroit.
Yeah, not a fun lineup to pitch to. Trammell, Fryman, Phillips, Fielder, Tettleton.
Navin Field, Briggs Stadium, Tiger Stadium, 1912 to 1999. The NFL's Lions also made Tiger Stadium their home from 1938 to 74.
I love going there.
The corner, Michigan and Trumbull.
It's like, you know, Wrigley Field and Fenway and the old Yankee Stadium. When you were in those old ballparks, you felt the kinship of, you know, the history of the fraternity, of the brotherhood of guys who had come before you. And Tiger Stadium, the dugouts were tiny and cramped. The bullpen was built for people that were about 5'2".
That's pulled into right. Back-to-back hits now for Detroit. And for the first time in this game, they've had 2 men on base.
First time a man has reached scoring position for the Tigers. Collins stays back on the backdoor breaking ball, delivers a solid line drive single to right. My favorite feature of the old Tiger Stadium was the sign on the visitors clubhouse door. Visitors clubhouse, no visitors welcome. Or visitors not allowed, whatever the phrasing was.
No visitors, yeah.
Didn't know what to do. You just stood outside the door hoping they'd let you in.
Two on, 1 out for Castellanos. That one dumped into center for a base hit. And the bases are loaded. Dave Clark, I think, normally sends Martinez in that spot, but he's thinking, we're down 6. If you get thrown out here, I'm going to have a hard time getting out of the ballpark.
Yeah, they've got to be conservative in this situation. Cubs made noise, kind of, in the 8th inning last night. Loaded the bases and failed to score, so we'll see how Arrieta deals with this current crisis.
To McCann is low and away.
Yeah, and so you can see where a young hitter here would try to go into hero mode. His team is down 6. The bases are loaded. He might be looking for something he could drive. And for Jake Arrieta, maybe you try to take advantage of that with a little fastball down and away.
AT&T U-verse multi-view. Bases full. 1 out. We're in the 5th. Cubs leading 6-0. Fly ball to right, not terribly deep. Denorfia over near the line now into foul territory, and Martinez is going to hold it third. Good throw by Denorfia. So 2 outs.
Same situation there for Dave Clark down at third base, applying as it did after the base hit by Castellanos. The risk reward there, not real deep. Yeah, he's drifting and the throw might not be on line, but we're down 6. We need a bunch.
Iglesias the batter. Ball 1.
Cubs play him as an off-field hitter in the outfield and very shallow in center and in right. Nice job framing that pitch by Montero.
And he got him to swing at it as he was trying to get out of the way. So the count goes to 1-2.
Iglesias likes to swing it. He makes a lot of contact, doesn't strike out much, doesn't walk much.
Pitcher and catcher will talk it over. Belated birthday wishes to lifelong Cub fan Ray Redoya. Turned 70 last month. And the 2-2 from Arrieta. Called strike 3 on the curveball, and that'll end the inning. So they load him up with 1 out. Arrieta gets McCann to foul out. And then what could be his best pitch, the curveball. It's been really good tonight.
Things move fast around here. Who's got time to look at the fine print? So you see DirecTV's new offer. $19, you think. But after just 3 months, you're paying over $100 a month, and it keeps going up. Turns out you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost you nearly $3,000. Thinking about DirecTV? Think again.
There's nothing direct about DirecTV. Call Xfinity from Comcast for a great offer and lock in your rate for 2 years.
For over 50 years, Discount Tire has been the place where America saves on tires. Get a $70 Visa prepaid card on select sets of 4 Bridgestone tires.
The Beam family has a long history of doing things their own way. They age every drop of Jim Beam twice as long as the law requires. So, 4 long years from now, I'll be back for this one. Jim Beam, make history.
Who says desirable can't also be responsible? With 46 standard safety features, the Lexus RX is proof that fun can be good for you. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Hey, I'm Chris Mars, host of That Sports Thing, the new show where I'll be talking sports with actors, comedians, and celebrity fans. It's That Sports Thing, and it's totally a thing now. Visit csnchicago.com for every new episode.
Good stuff from Jake Arrieta tonight. Our T-Mobile game changer.
Yeah, a big opportunity for the Tigers with the bases loaded. Could have gotten back into this game, but he got the fly out by McCann and then the punch out of Iglesias. A sharp 12-6 curveball.
Kyle Ryan continuing in relief of Shane Green. He only went 3. Ryan is in his 3rd inning of work. Two and 1 on Fowler.
1 out of 3 tonight. Fowler was hitting .294 on the road trip prior to this ball game. 10 out of 34. After a Pretty lengthy struggle. A nice turnaround here for Fowler. Coughlin has picked it up. Castro has picked it up a little bit.
Driven out in the left center. And Ghost makes a waist-high grab. Nice running catch by Ghost, who committed an error in the 5th inning.
Yeah, this is an interesting play. You know, he's got plenty of speed and almost overplayed that ball, looked like.
Rizzo 1 out of 3. So we're here in Michigan. We head back home. We've got 8 in a row against Ohio teams. Then off to Minnesota. It's like we're playing a Big Ten schedule these days. A lot of the Central Division in both leagues.
Rizzo content to flip a single the other way last time off of that swing he just took. He had bigger thoughts. Looking to inflict some damage.
By the way, Ryan Perez, a kid I mentioned, the ambidextrous pitcher. He is an Illinois native from Hampshire, Illinois. To Westminster Christian High School, deep right, but it's going to stay in. Martinez has it.
Oh, what's the kid's name? Venditti? Venditti?
Pat Venditti.
Switch arm pitcher for the A's. He's called up recently. He has pitched effectively. In limited duty so far. I wonder if he's going to lobby for 2 signing bonuses.
Why not?
The left-handed me will settle for this, but the right-handed me wants a little something extra.
Perez out of Judson University. Elgin, Illinois. So nice to see him get drafted. Kid with local ties.
Hard in the game plan for the Tigers here against Chris Bryant. He's already been hit by 1 pitch tonight. Reached on an error. Charge to the third baseman Castellanos last time up. Could easily have been ruled a base hit.
The Cubs currently on the disabled list began a rehab assignment yesterday. Jacob Turner, the right-hander, went 4 innings with Double-A Tennessee yesterday and took the loss. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. The Smokies were no hit in that game, a 7-inning game. Frankie Montas of Birmingham with the no-hitter. Ball 4. Now Montero, who's 1 for 3 with a run scored.
This is the guy they've got to get going.
Cubs have had at least a base runner in every inning. A lot of traffic tonight. pitch. Driven into center. Base hit. Knocked down by Gose. So Montero's hit the ball hard several times. He's got 2 hits.
He had 1 hit on the road trip prior to tonight. So looks like he's starting to come out of it.
The Yankees' 7-game winning streak has come to an end. Bernard Span with the game-winning RBI hit in the 11th as the Nationals beat the Yankees 5-4 in the Bronx. Span had 3 hits, knocked in a couple. Andrew Miller, the Yankee closer, goes to the DL. He's got a strained forearm muscle. So they'll rely on Dellin Betances to close games while Miller is out.
Apparently the Yankees drafted another guy named Andrew Miller, another 6'7" left-hander.
Yeah, I saw that. Fly ball to left. Cespedes got turned around, but he makes the grab to retire Coghlan. He's hitting the ball deep all over the ballpark tonight. 6-0 Cubs.
Oh, new Corolla.
Looks fun.
Fun? It's got Bluetooth connectivity, an Entune audio system, and even voice recognition.
Cool.
So how about a test drive?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I thought I was gonna drive.
She's in the zone.
Woo!
Get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a 2015 Corolla or lease Corolla for just $169 a month.
It all starts at Toyota. Let's go places!
Saturday on CSN Plus. Watch